Coaches, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. Let's give you three keys to the Utah Jazz getting so many threes. Such a prolific offense, generates so many incredible looks from three without the likes of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Let's deep dive the film, show you how Quin Snyder, Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert helped generate an enormous volume of threes as we saw in Game 2 against Memphis. Scout with Bryan, make sure you thumb up and subscribe as well. First of all, the three things I want you to remember, most importantly: pace and space, execution, unselfishness. We'll come back to those three things, but again, pace and space, execution, unselfishness, the three keys that I really want you to remember as we dive into the film here. First of all, there are no threes without the twos. So what I mean by that is, most importantly, when you watch Utah, the biggest thing is they don't predetermine anything. They play basketball, and they take what the defense gives you. There's a common misconception, I think, where people think they run plays specifically for threes or with the desired goal of getting a three. They certainly don't mind that. They certainly take lots of them, but it's important again to note that Quin Snyder is not a robot. They're not playing purely Morey ball, purely threes and rim. They certainly take a lot of it, but Bojan Bogdanovic, if he feels like he's run off the three here, he's perfectly allowed to shot fake, step in for a step back, get to his rhythm spot in the mid-range. He takes a lot of them. They have a few guys that are fully empowered to take mid-range shots. Same type deal here, coming off a stagger screen. Certainly, if he's able to get behind the three-point line here, he would, but as he reads Kyle Anderson trailing him tight, now the read is curl it into the rim. And now with the defense on his back, he's able to get up in the air, rise up in the mid-range for his jumper. Again, being able to be a threat from the mid-range, being able to hit those long twos helps open up eventually a lot of the threes. Jordan Clarkson, obviously the sixth man of the year, another guy who's empowered tremendously to play to his strengths, certainly take threes when they're open, but as you see here, if they're going to stay home mostly with the shooters and not help in, if he feels like he can get to his rhythm, get to a money spot for a step back, he's perfectly allowed to do that, even if it's a long two. Some coaches in the league don't give you that kind of freedom. Even Mike Conley's trademark floater, again, there's some coaches that really don't feel like that's a good shot or don't prioritize that shot in their offense. Utah, they play, again, ton of spread pick and roll, always shooters in the corners, shooter at the slot, hands are always ready. And if the help doesn't come in, Mike Conley has an open floater. Again, Quin Snyder, ultimate belief in his players, empowers them to take open shots. Pace and space, where does that part come in? Well, as you can see here, obviously they want to get the ball up the court very quickly. As you see, it's already almost all the way down the court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. They've got Memphis scrambling, not even remotely close to matched up. And again, the more they get these lobs, the more they get these dunks, layups, all that stuff at the rim, now Memphis is going to have to increasingly come in because you can't give them all these dunks and layups and expect to have a chance to win. So they constantly are pushing the ball at a relentless pace, attacking gaps early. Speaking of gaps here, even if it's like this early drag screen for Donovan Mitchell, he's going to reject it. And right away, you see again, guys disciplined, running to the corners, getting to their spots, always three shooters around the big five-man diving, but Donovan Mitchell already just rejects the screen, drives away from it into a gap, and his ability to be such a dynamic finisher obviously opens up a tremendous amount of offense as well. Speaking of opening up offense, Rudy Gobert's roll gravity obviously helps open up a ton of it as well. Quin Snyder loves to draw up plays like this to start the fourth quarter, taking advantage of Memphis icing this side pick and roll, and Rudy's just going to dive right in that pocket where Conley makes a brilliant pocket pass. And again, even if Dillon Brooks comes in a little bit, he's not fully committed early enough, so Rudy powers up and slams this hard. But the more they start to come in, now we're going to see where the threes open up. But good, forceful, powerful, strong finish from Rudy Gobert. Execution, their ability to run a high number of plays at a really high level. Watching the Wizards, total comparison, seeing these two teams in the playoffs, the Wizards running like 2-3 plays, hardly doing any consistent offense. The Jazz have like 30 that they execute at a really high level here. Sort of this double high angled pick and roll. who's going to come in and help on Rudy Gobert's role? Well, really, it's supposed to be Dillon Brooks, but he's guarding Donovan Mitchell in the corner. Obviously, he's pretty concerned about him, and he certainly doesn't see Gobert rolling nearly in time to get all the way there. Ja's guarding Bogdanovich, or switches onto Bogdanovich right here at the top, so there's no way he can go from all the way up top to diving all the way under the paint. Strong corner, NBA doesn't really help off the strong corner in the NBA, so already this play, just brilliant design, well executed. They are such a good execution team as Conley finds Gobert in the pocket again for another slam. So at some point Memphis says, okay, we have to take this away. But not just yet. Again, they continue to eat at the rim. They continue to out-execute Memphis. This a stack Spain pick and roll, but drawn up with a special little twist because what they realized was Memphis was trying to basically just stay with their own. They were trying not to switch any of this, so Georges Niang ended up not even worrying about setting the back pick. He just slips right out of it, and so now Conley with his man Morant on his back is just going to probe and keep going downhill until finally Jaren Jackson commits to stopping him, and now he's got Gobert diving again in the pocket. Perfect execution, such a crucial part of their offense. We see again here, yet another set they run, a Horns chest type look with the pitch and throwback. Again, hands it back, right back into spread pick and roll, going towards the double side. Now we're just reading it. Again, what's open? What does the defense give us here? Valanciunas steps up, so now the roll, Derek Favors is open, helps not coming in quick enough off Bogdanovich. Favors explosive finish. Gobert, Favors their job as the fives, screen and roll. Pretty simple. Ingles getting downhill. Again, the ability for multiple guys in their offense to be ball handlers, to get into the paint, helps open up the threes, which here we're going to see pace and space like I talked about. Look how quickly, once again, the ball's up the floor. Memphis isn't matched up correctly. So much easier to go against a defense that's still in scramble mode than it is to go against a set defense. And again, they have snipers all over the court who are locked and loaded and ready to catch and shoot. You see again the phenomenal pace here. Memphis still, again, not doing a good enough job getting back. Utah's down the court, 4 seconds into the shot clock. Bogdanovich gets a paint touch. Nobody's on Ingles. Great high pass where he's got this great high release, on time, on target. Again, phenomenal skill levels as well. Certainly helps to be able to have guys that can make those shots at tremendously high levels. We saw so many clips of Gobert dunking on guys, finishing at the rim. So now, like I talked about, now Memphis says, okay, we got to take that away. So as the help defense rotates in, now Gobert, the unselfishness kicks in, doing a great job reading. Obviously, there's one defender over here trying to guard 2 shooters. So Gobert, great snap pass. Again, right in the Yang shot pocket. He's really developed, improved his skill as well to make a pass like that. Not a easy pass, not one that a lot of bigs can make on time, on target. We saw Bogdanovich's mid-range, the threat of that, how much it helps open up other things. So now he draws 2 defenders to tilt towards him, kicks it out, gets Memphis scrambling as Utah attacks the driving gaps, and then again we see the unselfish basketball. Niang, so simple, gets by his man into a gap, forces help. Ingles sees the rotating defense, and then look at the unselfishness, this underhand scoop pass to Bogdanovich. Ball finds energy, crisp, on time, on target, tremendous ball movement. Donovan Mitchell, again, reading what the defense gives you. He'd certainly love to get to the rim every time, but here Jaren Jackson, all this help's going to come in to cut him off. So now he's making the extra pass, and Royce O'Neal's making the good to great pass. One more, finding Mike Conley for the slot 3. Again, hands are always ready. Floor is always spaced. They are unbelievably disciplined. I see so many times bigs getting this offensive rebound and then throwing up some junk right away because they just care about their own points. Not in Utah. Derek Favors, Gobert, if they get a big offensive rebound, they are looking for those shooters. They get a ton of their threes off offensive rebounds. The bigs doing the dirty work underneath, but not afraid to be unselfish and get the assist. But the unselfishness only goes so far. They are selfish when they need to be, to an extent. What I mean by that is they're not afraid to matchup hunt at times. So if they see a favorable matchup they can take advantage of, they'll run small pick and rolls, target Grayson Allen on the switch, and then Conley, Mitchell, all these guys that have step back, sidestep jumpers, Quin Snyder, again, empowers his guys to take a ton of threes, to take shots that they're comfortable with, get to their money moves. You see Mitchell here, again, spread pick and roll, floors beautifully spaced, shooters down in the corners, shooter at the slot, but Mitchell, all he really needs is a tiny brush of that screen to get into his rhythm step back, which he shoots at such an unbelievably high level and has improved that skill as much as anybody in the league. Shooting off the dribble, he's just unstoppable. You get a tiny piece of his man on the screen, that's more than enough for him to snake off the pick and roll for the pull-up again, as we see Spain pick and roll. Gobert gets a piece of his man, and now there's nobody as Memphis is trying to stick with their own. Nobody to contest the shot for Donovan Mitchell. Execution, skill level, phenomenal work. Here we see some more execution once again. Here's this Horns chest action, throw, give back, flare, high pick and roll. Mike Conley, again, read what the defense gives you. Last time it was Favors behind the defense. This time they come in and help a little bit. Who's open? Royce O'Neal at the slot with his hands ready. Really improved as a shooter himself. He's got a simple job, though. Just stay in that spot. Spot up, catch and shoot. Again, there that finds him again because execution. Horns chest look this time without the pitch and catch part. And now Mitchell slips out of it. So momentary confusion for Memphis. Are we switching? Are we staying? Either way, that's enough for Mike Conley to get past. Force help to come in, and Jaren Jackson, read it, bounce pass to the corner. Again, Royce O'Neal, locked, loaded. Here's the Horns chest again with the pitch and catch. Once again, what does the defense give you? Don't predetermine anything, read it. Mike Conley turning the corner, turns into, again, spread pick and roll. Talked about Gobert's roll gravity. So you see Desmond Bane, that's a function of that. He's coming in off the corner to tag Gobert. So now Conley with that right hand, crosses body. Beautiful pass. Again, Ingles loves the ball up high, up here. Great release point. Phenomenal shooter. Incredible skill level. Last clip. We'll do one more. Spain pick and roll. Again, basketball IQ, the ability to, again, read the defense, see how they're playing you, as Memphis tried to do something different this time than they had been doing all game. They tried finally to switch it with Ja Morant. So Mike Conley sees that. He's going to get out to the open space, and before Kyle Anderson can find him to switch on, Joe Ingles delivers the pass perfectly to him for another three. Thanks for watching. Make sure you thumb up, subscribe, scout with Bryan, the 3 keys to the Jazz getting so many threes. Appreciate you guys watching.